Whenever you hear strange noises in this house, pretend they don't exist, Lisa.
Look under the floor.
Welcome back, Warner fam. Today, I'll be recapping the 2013 horror mystery film Haunter, so keep your eyes wide open and stay safe. The movie starts with eerie opening credits, showing jars filled with butterflies. The name Lisa Johnson echoes through the air, and we meet our main character, Lisa. She wakes up, turning off a radio where a child's voice calls her name. The camera pans through her room, stopping as Lisa stares out the window. Outside, the house is surrounded by a thick fog. In the living room, Lisa tries to teach her little brother, Robbie, how to play Pac-Man. When he loses, he blames her. She hands him the radio, warning him to stop putting it in her room. Robbie insists that Edgar, his imaginary friend, is the one who keeps bringing it there. Lisa's birthday is tomorrow, but her mom orders her to do the laundry using cold water. Lisa protests, saying she did the laundry yesterday, but her mom insists. Something feels off. The next scene shows Lisa standing by the front door, staring out into the thick fog. Her dad walks up to close the door, warning her that it's not safe to go outside with the fog so thick. He also mentions the phones are down. Noticing something's not right with his daughter, he asks her if something's wrong. Lisa says everything's fine, but she adds that he wouldn't believe her if she told him what was really wrong in her room. Instead of answering, she picks up her clarinet and starts practicing while listening to the story of Peter and the wolf, letting the music fill the quiet, eerie space. Soon after, Lisa's mom calls her downstairs because her parents want to talk to her. As she sits with them, she fiddles with a Rubik's Cube. Her dad notices and says she's been acting strange. He mentions that some clothes are missing from the laundry, and Lisa has no idea where they are. She simply says, "They're gone every day." Her dad looks confused, trying to make sense of what she said. Lisa then goes over their family's daily routine in great detail, explaining exactly what happens step by step. She suddenly drops a bombshell. She won't be going to school tomorrow, and her dad won't be going to work either. And as for her birthday tomorrow, well, that won't happen. She's supposed to turn 16, but something feels wrong. Naturally, her dad doesn't understand what she's saying. He asks if she's bored with her life, but Lisa's mom chimes in, trying to help. At that point, Lisa snaps, yelling that they don't get it. She's tried explaining this to them so many times, but they never remember. Lisa finishes solving the Rubik's Cube in frustration, and then she drops a shocking truth. They're all stuck in the house forever. With that, everything changes. Her revelation leaves us wondering, how did she get stuck in a time loop, and why is she the only one who knows about it? Next, a montage shows the family going through their daily routines, just like Lisa said. They all seem happy, taking part in their activities, but Lisa remains distant, clearly aware of the repetition. When morning comes, we see that Lisa wasn't lying. Robbie repeats the same sentences on the radio to wake her up, just like the day before. Lisa looks out the window again, and the fog is still there. Downstairs, the conversation about the laundry repeats, and we see Lisa once again stuck with the task. She has to do the laundry every single day. At least she can be thankful the time loop didn't catch her on a school day. That would have been a real nightmare. Soon, Lisa hears something that makes her pull off her headphones and stop the washing machine. She turns around, eyes scanning the room, and tries to move the machine. Just then, the lid to the dryer slams shut on its own. Terrified, she quickly leaves the room. The landline rings, and Lisa rushes to answer it, but all she hears is static. As she plays her clarinet again, a ghostly voice calls her name. Lisa freezes, her heart pounding as the voice echoes in the silence. She looks toward the ventilation shaft, where she can hear her clarinet music playing back at her. Just then, her mom surprises her with another question about the missing laundry. Lisa gives her the same answer she's been giving for what feels like forever, like a broken record that can't stop. It's strange to think about how many times Lisa has lived through the same day. That night, she lies in bed, feeling anxious. Suddenly, she notices someone standing behind her door. When she sits up, the figure walks away. Her heart races. But Lisa gathers her courage and gets out of bed to find out who it was. She heads to a room with an open door, but as soon as she tries to touch the handle, the door slams shut by itself. Frightened, she hurries back to her room. The next morning, the cycle begins again, just like before. We jump to Lisa checking behind the washing machine again. This time, she manages to move it without the dryer lid slamming shut. As she shifts the machine, a hidden door is revealed, just big enough for someone small to fit through. Lisa tries to open it, but it won't budge. Even though she didn't get through, she feels like she's made some progress today. While playing her clarinet, Lisa hears something coming from the ceiling. She quickly heads back to the open door, determined not to let it close on her again. She's not giving up this time. Inside the room, Lisa finds a cassette lying on the floor with the words "Moving Day" written on the label. Curious, she places it into the VCR and presses play. On the screen, we see the year is 1984 and the family is standing outside their house. Her dad excitedly announces it's their new home. Lisa rewinds the tape, trying to catch something she might have missed. She pauses it when she spots a shadowy figure standing inside the house. She stares at the screen, unsure of what to do next, feeling more lost than ever. Back in her room, Lisa pulls out an Ouija board, desperate for answers. She asks if anyone is there, but gets no response. She tries a few more questions, but still nothing. Then she asks if the one she's trying to contact is alive. Suddenly, a toy rocking chair starts moving on its own. Lisa is shocked when the pointer on the board slides to the word "yes." Before she can react, the lamp above her flickers out. For a brief moment, she sees someone standing behind her in the reflection of the TV. Maybe it's the sight of them that causes the screen to crack. Terrified, Lisa runs away, her heart pounding. At the dinner table, Lisa watches as her dad lights up a cigarette. Surprised, she asks him when he started smoking. This isn't part of their usual routine. Her mom calmly replies, "He always smokes after dinner." Soon after, Lisa sneaks a peek and sees her dad working on his car. He's talking to himself, acting more aggressive than usual. Later that night, Lisa sees someone standing behind her door again. The door handle turns, and the door creaks open, letting whoever is there enter her room. Terrified, Lisa quickly hides under her blanket. A ghostly voice calls her name once more. She shakily asks, "Who are you, and what do you want?" Suddenly, she feels a cold hand press against her blanket. She screams for it to go away. When she pulls the blanket off, there's no one there. The next morning, everything feels wrong. The usual routine doesn't repeat. Robbie talks on the radio, but this time, he says something completely different. Downstairs, Lisa's dad is angry, yelling at her mom, accusing her of stealing something from him. Soon, Lisa rushes down to see the mess, items thrown all over the floor. Her dad turns his anger on her too. But just when things seem like they might get worse, the doorbell rings. Lisa urges her mom not to open it, but she does anyway. Standing outside is a man from the phone company, saying he needs to come in. He's allowed inside, and the moment Lisa sees him, she feels a chill. His strange smile makes her skin crawl, and there's something off about the way he speaks. When he heads upstairs, Lisa feels something dark stir inside her. She runs to her room and finds him sitting on her bed, smoking. He asks her, "How long have you been awake?" His question confuses her at first, but then she realizes what he means. Maybe a week. She needs answers, so she asks him who he is and what's happening. The man takes off his sunglasses and warns her not to listen to any voices that call out to her. He says if she tries to contact anyone, her family will suffer terribly. When he puts his sunglasses back on, Lisa sees her own face, now resembling a skull, reflected in them. After that creepy moment, the man leaves, and Lisa is left alone with her thoughts, scared and unsure of what's real anymore. At dinner, something's wrong again. Lisa notices her dad isn't smoking like he usually does. When she mentions it, he just looks confused, like he has no idea what she's talking about. These small changes in their routine make Lisa lose her calm. She can't take it anymore and leaves the table, heading straight for the garage. There, she grabs her bike and decides to ride outside. Her father tries to warn her, saying the fog is thick and dangerous, but she ignores him. She's had enough of the craziness and just wants to escape. As she rides, she calls out, hoping someone might hear her. She doesn't want to be stuck in this loop anymore. But soon, something even stranger happens. Lisa realizes she's riding in a straight line, yet she somehow ends up back at her house. Her father is waiting for her, telling her to come back inside. She's confused but tries again. She rides away, hoping for a different outcome. But no matter how far she goes, she ends up back in the same place. It's as if she's stuck in both time and space. The next scene shows Lisa with the Ouija board once more. She apologizes to whoever she might have upset the night before, saying she didn't mean to tell them to go away. She's starting to believe that she's dead. She has no idea how it happened, but it feels real to her now. Lisa starts thinking about the strange man who told her not to contact anyone. Maybe he's dead too, even though he threatened her. She can't stop trying to reach out to him with the Ouija board. She asks questions, but there's no answer. This only frustrates her more, and she wishes something, anything, would respond. Later, Lisa returns to her room and is shocked to see someone sleeping in her bed. The girl looks about the same age as Lisa and when Lisa reaches her hand out, the girl grabs it quickly and says Lisa's name. Suddenly, the room begins to shake and the lights flicker. A man's voice calls out, "Olivia," probably the name of the girl in her bed. The girl tells Lisa to look under the floor, and when Lisa does, she sees a hole. Before she can make sense of anything, the man breaks into the room, and just like that, everything goes back to normal. Lisa's left standing alone in her room, and then she loses consciousness. The next morning, the usual routine happens again. Robbie's voice on the radio gives Lisa a hint about how she might know if things are different. Without wasting any time, she remembers what Olivia told her and begins searching for the hole in the floor. She wants to find the truth, no matter what. Lisa grabs some scissors and cuts into the carpet, hoping to uncover something. At first, it looks normal, but then she notices some loose planks. After removing them, she finds a book hidden in the hole. When she opens it, she finds a page about a missing girl named Frances Nichols. The date is June 6th, 1953. As she flips through the pages, she finds more missing girls, all of them girls, and it starts to feel like something is wrong. In the book, Lisa also finds a rusty key. She knows exactly which door it opens. The next scene shows Lisa using the key to open a small door. She crawls through, and to her surprise, the walls inside are made of stone, a huge difference from the rest of the house. The air feels heavier here. As she walks deeper into the room, she steps into water. There, she finds a bottle of poison. Suddenly, she hears a door being locked behind her. Lisa hurries to a vault-like door and peeks through a small opening. On the other side, she sees a young girl who pleads for help. But before Lisa can do anything, the girl bursts into flames, forcing Lisa to flee in fear. Afterward, the family sits down for pancakes, starting their day. As they eat, the phone suddenly rings, making them all jump. Lisa's father answers it and tells her that it's one of her teachers. Nervously, Lisa approaches the phone. However, it's not a teacher at all. It's the mystery man on the other end of the line. He warns her, saying she should have minded her own business, and tells her it's his house. He adds that she should stop opening doors that are meant to stay closed. But Lisa, filled with bravery, asks him a bold question. What is he going to do to her if she's already dead? The mystery man's response is chilling. When she turns around to face the table, a boy is sitting in a chair. It's Edgar, the boy she thought was just her imaginary friend. Robbie tells her that Edgar is real, and now that Lisa can see him, she screams for him to stay away from Robbie. She tries to argue with her parents, but they can't see Edgar at all. At that moment, Edgar disappears, only to reappear behind her. He speaks in the mysterious man's voice, telling her they see only what he allows them to see. Suddenly, the clock starts to move much faster, and Lisa watches as her family falls asleep at the table. Horrified, she runs to hug Robbie, but when she touches him, she realizes he looks like a lifeless corpse. The clock speeds up even more, and she sees her parents too turn into corpses. The horror continues until their bones turn to dust, leaving Lisa completely devastated. She cries on the floor, not wanting to be alone, begging for her family back. Then, miraculously, her wish comes true. Her family reappears, standing and looking at her. They hug her tightly, and she's filled with joy to have them back. But deep down, Lisa knows that if she upsets the mysterious man again, this nightmare might repeat. Lisa quickly rushes back to her room, her heart racing as she hears her name being whispered. Frightened, she runs toward the ventilation shaft, yelling at whatever is calling her to leave her alone. She hopes that if she doesn't hear her name anymore, it will stop, but she can still hear water running from the washroom. She decides to check it out. When she looks into the mirror, she is shocked to see Olivia standing there, though Olivia is only visible in the reflection, not in real life. Curious, Lisa touches the mirror, and to her surprise, Olivia touches her back. In that moment, something strange happens. Lisa seems to become Olivia. She walks back into her room, but when she enters, it's not the room she recognizes. It's different, and in the room, she finds a disturbing article. The headline reads that a family of 4 was found dead in a house, and the family mentioned is hers. The cause of death? Carbon monoxide poisoning. Lisa realizes that everything around her is changing, and she's not sure what's real anymore. Lisa starts walking around the strange version of her house, which now seems to belong to Olivia's family. As she explores, Olivia's younger sister spots her and calls her Olivia because that's who she thinks she is. The mother, noticing the confusion, asks if Olivia has been sleepwalking. Lisa, now even more confused, wonders why she is being called Olivia. She then walks into the garage, where she finds Olivia's dad, just like her own father before. He's angrily working on his car, and when he sees her, he snaps at Olivia, telling her to leave. The anger in his voice seems to pull Lisa out of the strange world, and suddenly, she's back in her own reality. Her mom tells her dad that Lisa is probably sleepwalking, explaining that she must have ended up in the garage after wandering around in her sleep. After her parents finish comforting her, Lisa feels the need to find Olivia. She heads to her room and tries talking to the girl in the mirror, hoping to be brought back to her own world. But instead of Olivia, Robbie's voice comes through the radio. He tells her that Edgar said she needs to be punished for being bad. Robbie says they're in the secret cave, and Lisa knows exactly where he means. Lisa rushes to the laundry room and sees that the small door is open. She steps inside, hoping to find Robbie. When she walks deeper, she finds that the vault door is open too. Inside that eerie room, she's shocked to find human skeletal remains. Suddenly, Robbie's voice rings out again, telling her that they tricked her. He reveals the truth. They're actually in the attic, and Edgar told him they won the game. Just as Lisa processes this, the menacing man appears and locks her in that dark, unsettling room. Of course, Lisa panics. Her possible fate is right there in front of her, in the form of bones scattered across the floor. After sitting there for what feels like hours, she notices a ring among the remains. A ring from 1954. The moment she picks it up, the hatch in the ceiling opens, offering her a chance to escape. Without wasting a second, she begins to climb through the narrow space, using the small opening as her way out. When she removes the lid at the top, she emerges into the garage. There, she sees a girl, frantically slamming a lock on a door with a hammer. But when the girl turns around, Lisa is shocked. She's not Olivia. She's Frances Nichols, the first girl the menacing man kidnapped. Lisa is desperate to understand who the man is, but Frances isn't the one to answer. Frances only tells Lisa how she was kidnapped, how she woke up tied up in the backseat of a car with the engine running. She thought that was the end for her. Frances manages to open the lock, and Lisa explains that she's in the same situation as her. She tries to warn Frances about the man and what he does, but the first victim only asks her to be quiet. Frances opens the garage door, wanting to go home, but Lisa gives her some terrible news. Nothing is out there. Frances isn't awake like Lisa. She still believes it's the night she disappeared. Lisa tells her the heartbreaking truth. She has been gone for decades, and her family has moved on without her. Lisa shows Frances the ring she found, explaining that it connected them when she touched it. Before Lisa can say anything else, she places the ring near Frances and reaches out to touch it. In an instant, Frances is pulled out into the fog by the man's hand. The garage door slams shut afterward, and Lisa is left alone. Moments later, her mom enters and finds her standing there, in shock. Lisa begins searching around frantically, her heart racing. She eventually finds a bottle of ether, and it makes her think that her father did something terrible. She spins around to her mom, yelling at her that she let him do it. In a burst of anger, she drops the bottle before storming out of the room. Next, she goes to Robbie's room and tells him the cold, hard truth. None of them are alive anymore. Robbie replies calmly, telling her that he realized this morning when he found his glasses. He had been wearing them the night they all died. His unexpected acceptance of this truth makes it easier for Lisa to handle. Lisa then goes back to her room, picking up her clarinet. As she starts to play, she realizes she's playing much better than before. The music seems to carry her, and soon, she feels like she's being transported back into Olivia's reality. Lisa grabs a marker and writes on her arm, telling Olivia to get out of the house. She then spots a tablet with a sticky note on it, telling her to play the video. Lisa, being from 1984, has no idea what a tablet is and stares at it, completely confused. She searches for the play button, unsure of what to do. After a moment of guessing, she touches the play icon in the middle of the screen, and the video begins. In the video, Olivia explains to Lisa that there was a man who lived in the house before her family moved in. His name was Edgar Mullins, and he murdered many girls over the years. However, he met his end in 1983, just before Lisa's family arrived. Olivia also tells Lisa about the strange changes she noticed in her parents. She shows Lisa the necklace she's wearing, explaining that it's the key to their connection, just like the ring Lisa touched to connect with Frances. Before the video ends, Olivia begs Lisa to help save her family. As Olivia, Lisa heads downstairs and hears the girl's parents arguing, just like her own did before. Suddenly, the father turns into the menacing man, and Lisa tries to warn the mother to leave with her kids. This only makes the man come after her. Terrified, Lisa runs outside, but to her surprise, there's no fog. It's a bright and clear day. Lisa runs to a man mowing his lawn, hoping for help, but she's stopped by an invisible force field. The menacing man appears, saying coldly, "A ghost can never leave the house." Lisa wakes up in her bed, with her mom sitting beside her. Her mother now realizes they are all lifeless, and she tells Lisa that she was wrong for accusing her of not trying to save them. She shows Lisa the clothes that had been missing from the laundry. The clothes were meant to help sneak the family out of the house at night. Lisa now wants to talk to her father, but her mom warns her not to. Despite the warning, Lisa decides to go. She doesn't want to stay stuck there as a ghost, not knowing how much longer she'll be trapped in this strange world. In the garage, Lisa confronts her dad, telling him that he lost the spark plugs on purpose because he knew what he was turning into. She asks him where the spark plugs are now, and the man opens a bucket of paint to take them out. Acting like the boss, Lisa orders him to put them back in the engine, and he follows her command. Afterward, the two sit in the car, and he starts it up, looking confused. Lisa continues pressing him, asking if he remembers what happened to them. Finally, he quietly admits that he released the ether on all of them. He says he then carried his family to the garage. Realizing the terrible thing he did, he starts crying. Lisa, trying to comfort him, tells him it wasn't his fault, that someone else got inside him and made him do it. Lisa's words seem to have a strange power because as soon as she speaks them, the car windows shatter. The entire family gathers in the living room as the house begins shaking and the lights flicker, making it feel like hell is about to break through the floor. This is the result of all of them finally being awake. As the walls begin showing a picture of young Edgar with his parents, Lisa opens the front door. Outside, she sees the thick, eerie fog. Robbie, excited by the faint sunlight, runs into the fog, with his mother quickly following him to bring him back. Lisa's father stands there, telling her that they can finally leave. Before closing the door, Lisa says, "I love you," and then shuts it behind her. Lisa finds herself alone in the house, but it's not her version, nor Olivia's. It's Edgar's version of it. As she walks through the house, she notices the clock has stopped ticking. She enters a room and sees Edgar applying ether to his dad, after already doing the same to his mom. Edgar looks at Lisa and tells her she should leave his house. This makes Lisa run to escape, but Edgar transforms into his adult form and begins chasing her. She hides in a room filled with jars of butterflies, a sight that should remind us of the beginning of the story. These jars, perhaps, symbolize the souls that Edgar traps inside his house, just like he trapped his victims. Soon, Olivia's dad bursts through the door, and just like that, the house shifts into Olivia's version. Lisa quickly hides under the bed, waiting for him to leave. When he finally does, she sneaks out and heads to the laundry room, only to find that the small door is now blocked by a wall. But nothing can stop Lisa now. She is determined to keep moving forward. She grabs a crowbar and begins breaking through the wall, exposing the hidden door behind it. No time for keys, she thinks. Underground, Lisa finds several items in the water. These belong to the girls who died in the house. She carefully gathers them into a pile, hoping to connect with their spirits. Unfortunately, Olivia's dad sneaks up behind her and prepares to apply the ether on Lisa. The next scene shows Lisa waking up, tightly restrained in a car, with Olivia's mom sitting next to her. Nearby, there's a lighter on the floor, and Lisa quickly grabs it. She uses the lighter to burn the tape off her wrists, freeing herself. As she undoes the rest of the restraints, she sees Edgar entering the garage with Olivia's younger sister. Thinking quickly, Lisa pretends to still be unconscious and restrained in the driver's seat. Edgar, noticing her, says, "You're so persistent." After starting the car, Lisa uses the tape she removed to strangle him from behind, but she doesn't finish him off. Instead, she snatches the car keys and runs outside. Once she's in the rain, she throws the keys away, hoping to stop Edgar. But Edgar catches up with her in the storm, saying, "Your time is up." To Lisa's shock, he pulls out a second set of keys, revealing that throwing the first ones away wasn't a real victory. It was just a delay. Lisa tries to run back inside, but before she can make it, Edgar grabs her. Just then, Francis appears out of nowhere, and when Edgar sees her, he releases Lisa. Francis, pointing at Edgar in a judgmental way, slowly steps closer. With a terrifying scream, she unleashes a sound that sends Edgar into a foggy zone filled with swirling black smoke. As the fog thickens, all the girls he had harmed over the years begin to emerge, walking toward him. To his horror, his parents also appear in the mist. The weight of his past sins crashes down on him as all of them close in. Edgar finally burns behind the vault door, consumed by the very darkness he created. Back outside, Olivia's father wakes up, confused about what just happened. Lisa, standing by him, tells him, "We're going to be a happy family again." In the final moment of Olivia's version of the house, Lisa stands before the mirror, softly telling Olivia, "Have a good life." After that, she returns to her world. But when she wakes up, something feels wrong. Robbie's voice crackles over the radio, repeating his usual line. However, at the end, he surprises her by congratulating her on her birthday. The day she's been waiting for has finally come. She walks downstairs to find a birthday present waiting for her, a bike. Her mom smiles, saying, "We're finally home." The words hit Lisa hard, because that means they still remember everything that happened to them. Lisa opens the front door, and a blinding light pours in. She hears her name whispered, making her wonder what comes next. Would you escape the house, or stay and uncover more secrets? Let me know in the comments. So if you liked this, hit subscribe and turn on notifications for more recaps. Thanks for watching. See you next time on Warner Movie Recaps.